A pleasure to meet all at last. This is it. Final episode of I Found It First. And what exactly would I have to offer? Well, first of all, there has been a lot that I've covered throughout this whole year. I mean, lots of trips, per se. We had Louisville, Kentucky. We had several parts of Wisconsin, including the State Fair, which happened last month in August. And there was also a couple other trips that we took in Baraboo and Devil's Lake, as well as Nakusa, which I've talked a bit about a casino that we visited, as well as the old story of a guy with a paper mill and yada yada. It's not so great stuff that nobody really wants to talk about even today. But above all that, though, we'll go on ahead and talk a bit about the Baraboo trip itself. Devil's Lake, as we know, is a rather popular location worth visiting. It's got the lake itself with kayaking and canoeing experiences, paddle boats, river boats, pontoons, swimming, and all sorts of great stuff. Not to mention a good variety of gifts at the gift shop, as well as a small market for any snacks that you might want. Probably one of the biggest things about it, though, is the unique hiking trails. I actually went over there with my third grandfather, whom I could point the blame at for taking me to so many places this year. Not just to Baraboo, but we also visited the Mitchell Park Domes and the Harley-Davidson Museum back in February. So, he's pretty much the guy who takes me on a lot of trips, regardless of the reason. Last year, we had gone to the Hartford Auto Museum, which of course was famous for Engine 1003. And I guess you could say that I've had a lot to talk about since then, with that one encounter I made at that museum. Anyways, though, in Baraboo, we first had to go across the Wisconsin River towards the community of Merrimack via this barge, if you will. And well, you know what? That was a bit of a time, but the thing is, there wasn't really all that much you could do to cross the river. After all, you needed a lot of boat traffic to go through just as much as with the nearby railroad tracks, which were former Chicago Northwestern. But nowadays, the likes of Amtrak and Wisconsin and Southern mainly use those tracks. The real big shame, though, is that I could have gotten the Wisconsin Southern train, but none showed up in the Baraboo, Merrimack, or Devil's Lake areas. But I have, of course, been able to take pictures and videos of not just the ride via that barge, but also in the mountains themselves that we hiked on. We spent about 2.5 hours over there. And I will say, getting to climb up those vast heights and those crazy trails, going up and down them all day long, it was quite a challenge. And I might as well go on ahead and end things off with several clips that I actually recorded during that time. However, little note here I might as well point out, the audio unfortunately came out faulty in these clips. It could be because of the way I had them recorded, or it could be because of an error that went down when downloading them from the iCloud. So I unfortunately won't be able to have the real audio playing through, but why don't we go ahead and throw in some copyrighted music, just as a little send-off message to those who were fans of this series.
Bells around St. Petersburg when I saw you. I hope I get what you deserve, and this is where I find smoke surrounds your perfect face, and I'm falling, pushing a broom out into space, and this is where I find a way. The stadium, Arcadium, a mirror to the moon. Well, I'm falling and I'm warming, state of the art until the clouds come crashing. Stranger things have happened both before and after me. Well, I'm falling
with that, that's what you call a proper wrap up. So, with all that said and done and all the stuff I've had to share, thanks very much for your continued support. And as always, even though I'm signing off with this series, I will still have lots more to cover based on other things. There's Honest J Nowak, there's Hot Wheels Hilarity, there's Gaming with Kaiju Force Neo, and of course, when it comes to that in particular, I've also brought back First Impressions. So, if you want to check out my review of Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, or even more recently with another game that I picked up for September of 2025, definitely check those out. It's right up your alley. Otherwise, that's it. I don't have much more to cover unless it's more recent stuff, which I don't see that happening. But make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow me wherever you can find me, and stay on the Hollywood side for more content.